Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the markets, we'll talk about other cryptocurrencies and blockchains. Like I said, I'll do my best to get to your questions, and I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys so you can see things happening step by step in real time. So let's get started. All right, so welcome everybody. I'm here with the rig and the setup. I think I've got everything going tonight. We got the key lights, we got the mic. I did have a little issue with OBS Studio, which is the software that I use for streaming. I upgraded to the new version, and I guess they have the ability to connect directly to your YouTube account. And when I tried to turn on streaming, it asked me to create a new broadcast, and I did. And as it turned out, I had actually gone live. And I don't really like it because it doesn't give me the fine control that I can when I configure it basically on YouTube directly. And it says stream key advanced. Well, it's not really that advanced. All you have to do is go to YouTube and click copy stream key and paste it in to OBS. They consider that advanced, you know. So anyway, I disconnected OBS directly from my YouTube account and went back to the old way, which allows me to fine-tune my live stream the way I like it. So I'm here with my tungsten cube. I don't know if any of you have heard about these. I guess they're the rage, and like some crypto guys are into them. I don't know what it really has to do with crypto, but it is uncommonly heavy, right? It's kind of dense. And I guess it's safer than a lead cube, right? I don't know. Lead is kind of like poison, right? I've got a tungsten cube for you guys tonight. And they're not cheap, right? This is like $100 cube. It's a 1-inch cube. You can get like a 4x4 for like, I don't know, $1,600. If you like have a big one. I don't know. Like, well, let's get going here. Let's see. Let's go over here real quick, and I'm gonna say hello to everyone that was here early. I guess Dan made it. I talked to Dan earlier this afternoon, and he said he had somewhere to be, and now he managed to get back in time. So that's good. Let's pop out chat from this little interface, and I'll pull it over here so that I can, it did it again, but I can actually grab the corner of it this time. Yeah, I don't know why it does that to me. Like just bounces big. Oh yeah, let's let's do this thing, right? I forgot to scale up. Yeah, Buddy mentioned this to me. I used to change my resolution. But now, Buddy Love mentioned is, you just turn your scaling up. Right, so you guys can see my screen better, right? That's the whole idea. We want you guys to be able to see my screen so that you can read what the heck I'm talking about. So, but let me just, before we get to the first news story, just welcome everybody. Scott is here again. Thank you so much. Halogenated is here. Welcome. Samuel Prince, one of the first. Hans Hannah 350. Thank you for being here. David Gelfand. Yeah, I think I said that right. Scared me? Yeah, I was scared too. When I clicked that thing earlier, I was like, I think I'm live, and I was like messing around, and then I was like, end stream. Okay, yeah, so Buddy's here, wonderful, and Barbara is here, good. Always nice to have Barbara here. Vincent Lengo, good evening. Davey X, pardon me. Much respect, thank you. Mr. David is here. I got your email, Mr. David. I haven't had a chance to go through all of the particulars, but I will get back to you. I don't know that I can. We'll talk. I'll talk to you in private. Let's see. Better than gold. Jamie Burry is here. Yay. Andy Miller, Dan, of course. Clusto, ETH is going to flip BTC. I like that sentiment. Seems like it. Wild Oak from Iceland. Wow, cool. Iceland. I'd love to go there someday. Australia. Nomad Dad from Australia. Jay Smith from San Antonio. Cool, cool, cool. So welcome, everybody. Let's dive into the news here. You know what? I was looking the wrong way, wasn't I? I wasn't looking at you guys while I was doing that. I have two cameras. All right, so just a quick overview. Bitcoin's currently at 49,281. And I've got it over on crypto.com as 49,729 on crypto.com. I have not shared my phone yet. Let's see. Is this okay? Yeah, let's take a quick look over on crypto.com. I don't know why it is, but for some reason, the crypto.com tends to front run the US price servers or price APIs on different websites. So yeah, see, we're looking here at 49,719 on crypto.com, which is based in Hong Kong. They are a Hong Kong-based company. I think, well, they were when they started out. I think they're licensed out of Malta, but I'm pretty sure that the people that I deal with are still in Hong Kong. I may be wrong. But I don't know where their server is that they're garnering their current price of Bitcoin. But I'm assuming it's an Asian server. So it tends to kind of front run the prices I see in the US, right? Because we're looking at this CoinDesk website and they're saying 49,389 and crypto.com is telling us, oh, well, it's jumping around, right? So kind of exciting, right? So the big story, of course, was the gut-wrenching, gut punch drop last night. Bitcoin dropped 9K in 1 hour. Bitcoin trades 24/7 worldwide, right? But we can sort of tie things to markets as far as when most people are awake, right? So this occurred during what some used to say, I heard someone say, the low liquidity Asian trading hours. That used to be the other way around. Back in 2017, I seem to remember that Asian trading hours were heavy, right? And but they're still there, right? You hear a lot about, oh, China banned Bitcoin and now it's illegal and you can't trade it anymore. But there's still a lot of action in Asian trading hours. Maybe not in China proper, but you've got South Korea, you've got Japan, you've got the Philippines. There are a lot of markets that are open at that time, right? And this is when this big drop occurred. Now, most of the time, these huge drops are leveraged longs being liquidated. And for those of you who aren't aware, a leverage is where you borrow the ability to trade, sort of. So you're sort of trading on credit. I mean, that's a very simplistic view of it, but I think that's really the best way to describe it. You're basically, you buy 10 times the amount of Bitcoin that you can afford. And if it goes up, great, right? But when it goes down, suddenly you're in the hole and your position gets liquidated, right? You lose everything. So let's say you put in $1,000 and then you buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. I guess that would be how it would work. Well, all of a sudden, the Bitcoin that you bought at that price is now worth a lot less. And so they're like, dude, you got to pay us for the Bitcoin now. So boom, boo. Now, I don't think you lose your $10,000, right? Like if you bought $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, but you lose your initial investment, whatever it was, whether it's 1,000 or maybe you leveraged 10,000 to get 100,000, however you do it. And there's like insane leverage amounts that people can go to. And so they get liquidated. And this is, I know it's probably horrible for the people that it happens to, but it's healthy for the market. I guess. I hear that a lot. That, you know, when they weed out all these leveraged longs, it's good for the market. So we'll see, right? But it's for those of us who, like me, who have a big percentage of their portfolio in altcoins, it's devastating to look at your portfolio and see how far it has dropped. And mine dropped quite a bit. It's good for the soul, though. It's like, you know, when you're worried about the price of gas or how much, an apple costs at the grocery store, and, you open your phone up and you see you're like 20 grand down in your crypto portfolio, it sort of brings things into perspective, right? So you're like, it's kind of hard to phase me these days, right? You know, you go out and you go to a nice restaurant, you're like, oh, that entree is $20. I'm like, whatever, my portfolio's at 30 grand today. Who cares about $20? Thomas Falke, thank you for that tip. I really appreciate it. Anyway, you can read this article. I've got all of these articles linked in the description down below. So you can check out the description underneath this video. We've got an itinerary of things I want to do. This link, Ledger to Metamask, I had this last week. I never got to it. So we'll try to get to that. And then I've got all these news stories linked that we're going to talk about tonight. All right. So you can read this article at your leisure, right? And then another article that I'm linking to here is from Zero Hedge. It's a financial website. I like Zero Hedge. It has a lot of stories. It used to be just finance, but now it covers a lot of politics too. And it has a healthy comments section. So if you want a little bit of humility and a little bit of perspective, there are a lot of what you would call pro-Bitcoin articles on Zero Hedge. But there's a lot of negative Bitcoin articles also on Zero Hedge that, and they get commented on down below, right? Pro and con, So this is a great article. It's basically about Michael Saylor appearing on Tucker Carlson show, and they had a long interview, and this is like a short video of the highlights, and then there's kind of, they print out what they actually said in the short version, and then down at the very bottom there's the full interview if you want to watch, like 40 minutes long. So Michael Saylor, very smart guy. He's in CEO of Grayscale, I believe. He's the CEO, or not the CFO or the COO or whatever. I think he's the CEO, Chief Executive Officer. And as you know, Grayscale has invested quite a bit of their hedge fund or whatever they are into Bitcoin proper. And so it's an indirect way to get exposure to Bitcoin. It's not an ETF. They're kind of a holding company, but they're heavily invested in Bitcoin, and Michael Saylor believes in Bitcoin. And, we've talked a lot about, what is Bitcoin? What is it's a decentralized cryptocurrency, right? It's a decentralized digital currency that lives on a decentralized ledger that is, secured with cryptography, and a lot of people say things like Bitcoin is created out of thin air. It has no value. But I've talked at length about, the technology behind Bitcoin wasn't even around until the mid 70s when they had computers that were powerful enough to do this advanced cryptography, right? This is like heavy number crunching kind of stuff. We all think of cryptography as like encryption, right? And when you were a kid, you got the cereal box that had the code, and that was the simplest one of all, which is like the Caesar cipher, which is basically just shifting the alphabet over one or two characters, and then you get your coded message and you match it up to the real alphabetic value of the number, shift, right? That is a simple cipher, right? But Bitcoin is not really encrypted. It uses a special form of cryptography called public-private key cryptography, which can be used to encode and decode messages, but it can also be used to verify transactions on the blockchain. We talk a lot about what a wallet is, and the key component of a wallet is the private key that you own, which allows you to interact with a blockchain address. Woo! It's a mouthful, right? It's a great article. You might want to check it out, right? Michael Saylor basically starts talking about what is money, right? There's a lot of people that bash Bitcoin because it's not, backed by a government. But as we've seen over the last couple of years, that may be a good thing, right? We're watching our government crank out huge amounts of money into the economy. I believe he cites, I don't know if he cites this particular stat that I've heard, and the stat is that over the last 2 years, I think, 14%, expanded over 34% over the last 12 months, which basically means that 34% of the US dollars in circulation, which is more than just the paper money, right? It's all digital and bank money and loans and all that stuff. But 34% of the US dollars in circulation have been created in the last 12 months. That is staggering, right? So the money supply, the US dollar money supply is expanding, right? And Bitcoin does not. And then we also have like the Turkish lira, which is in free fall. I don't know if you've seen movies of the old German Weimar Republic, where people were taking wheelbarrows full of cash to go buy their groceries and stuff. So, fiat currencies are not as stable as we're led to believe, right? So it's a good article, right? What is money? How does it work in the economy? And, he compares it to the human body, the blood circulating through the system, right? Cool stuff. Might want to check it out. And then our old friend, I don't mean to, that's kind of a pun, but our old friend Charlie Munger, who is like, 90 something. And bully for him for, being sharp as a tack in his 90s, right? I got much respect for the guy. But he is old school, and he doesn't like Bitcoin. He's 97. Woo, 97. Wow. Charlie Munger, who is the number 2 over at Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. And, of course, he doesn't like Bitcoin. He said it again. He said it many times. He's like happy China bandit. Like, oh, yeah, good for China, right? It's not going to win him very many friends. And then the article talks about a lot of the people that responded to this, right? And, he's 97 years old. I guess holding stocks takes ages to make a profit. Leave the poor man alone. He is just shocked we are pumping $1,300 weekly. There's a lot of people making money on crypto day trading, but I look at Bitcoin more as a long-term investment myself, right? Although I do, I speculate a little bit myself, short term. And then some of them, I guess one of the things he said is I sell people things that are good for them. And Berkshire Hathaway is a big holder of Coca-Cola stock, which is not really that good for you. Tastes good, yeah. But high fructose corn syrup, has been linked to type 2 diabetes and obesity and all that great stuff, right? So I don't know. You're claiming that, you're doing good for the world, and, you're pushing corn syrup on the kids. Fructose, high fructose, right? And then another person responded that, Bitcoin's up 5,500% since 2013 when China first banned crypto, right? I think I brought that up last week, right? We talk about Bitcoin being volatile, and it is, and last night proved it. But we've seen these kind of drops many times over the course of Bitcoin. Some of them long-term, some of them short-term. But I mentioned last week, if you had bought at the peak of the 2017 bull market, roughly $20,000 for one Bitcoin, you would be in the green, right? We're still at 49. right now, 49,000 compared to 20,000, that's an increase, right? So in the long term, Bitcoin seems to be a good investment, right? And then I've got this sort of heady story. I don't want to talk too much about the news tonight because we got some stuff to get into. But this is a really interesting article about technology in general and how it works and how sometimes it gets leapfrogged. And the example, the main example here is landlines. If you remember, when in the early 1900s, when the telephone came around, people were starting to get telephones, right? Especially in the U.S. And then we came to this point where the mobile phones were invented, right? And mobile phones did not require the investment in infrastructure, right? So you had to, you had to have telephone lines, you had to have switching stations and operators. You needed all this infrastructure to support landlines and telephone. But then when cell phones came around, you really didn't need that much infrastructure. You needed cell phone towers, of course. And but anyone can go out and buy a handheld device and get on the mobile network, right? Well, a lot of countries just jumped over the whole landline thing, right? There's a lot of countries in Asia and Africa and whatever that really never got into landlines at all. They leapfrogged straight over landlines, straight to mobile phones, right? And then internet as well, right? Because you can get the internet on smartphones. So the internet used to be on landlines, if you remember that back in the day. So it's a great article, and it's basically talking about how Bitcoin will allow the unbanked, right? We keep hearing that word, people, and it's hard for us to imagine here in the United States not having a bank account. That would be weird. Can you imagine not having a bank account and having to sort of like hold on to your cash and spend it? You go cash your check or whatever from your job, and then you get this bundle of cash which you take home, hide somewhere, and then you have to go out and spend it. That's what unbanked is like, right? And being banked, like in the U.S., requires a lot of infrastructure, right? You got to have buildings, you got to have bank tellers, you got to have ATMs, all this infrastructure is required. Well, there's people overseas that, they got a cell phone and a Bitcoin wallet, and boom, right? They're in control of their finances now. So it's kind of a leapfrog over the banking system in the U.S., right? So it's a really good article, and there's a chart here where it talks about the number of unbanked, the world's most unbanked countries, right? Morocco being number one. They got 36 million people, and 71% of them don't have bank accounts, right? And we've got Vietnam, we got 97 million people, and 69% of them don't have bank accounts, right? Egypt, Philippines, Mexico, Nigeria. These are countries that could easily start, leapfrog over banking and go straight to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the economy. It's a very interesting article. And then Binance Smart Chain has done an upgrade where they have an automatic burning mechanism. We've talked a lot about, we just mentioned the US dollar and inflation, the money supply. The larger the money supply, the more inflation you're going to experience, right? And so there are a lot of coins out there that have built-in mechanisms for burning, right? The Ethereum blockchain just implemented a new system where they're burning Ethereum fees now to reduce, the Ethereum supply. And now the Binance Smart Chain has just implemented this as well. So bully on the Binance Smart Chain. You guys have seen me use Binance Smart Chain wallets. So we're going to do that. And then the impact of cross-chain interoperability in DeFi. It sort of uses the example, what if email was compartmentalized, right? What if you had Gmail, you could only send to people with other Gmail accounts? Or if you had Yahoo, you could only send to someone that had a Yahoo email account. What if email was like, it would be pretty inconvenient, right? But as we know, email is kind of universal, right? Any email that that you get can send to anybody else that's using a different email. Like if you got, my mom has a Yahoo address, I can send to her from my Gmail, that kind of thing, right? So we're talking about in this article about all of the different blockchains that are out there, right? We've talked about the Avalanche chain, the Solana chain, the Polygon chain, the Binance Smart chain, the Bitcoin blockchain, the Ethereum chain, and they're all sort of compartmentalized. And it would be nice if we could get more leverage or more interoperability. And I think I did one last week where there's a site called AnySwap where we were able to convert our tokens from Avalanche over to Polygon. I believe we did. I can't remember what we did. Maybe it was Avalanche to Binance Smart Chain. But there are ways to do this, right? Oh, we went from Binance Smart Chain over to Avalanche, right? We moved some value in BNB over to the Avalanche chain, and then we're able to like make some purchases. So I'll be sharing that kind of stuff with you guys. So keep an eye on this kind of stuff happening, right? All right, let's get over to this window where I can look at you guys and say hello. Yeah, you got prepaid debt cards. Buddy, plain old telephone. What the heck is wrong with Charlie Munger? Well, I'm sure he's comfortable. I'm sure he's nice to his grandkids, right? I have had a bank account all my life. It blows my mind that some people don't have one. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? I mean, I would hate to have to carry cash around everywhere I go, right? For like major purchases, right? It's better to have an ATM card. And I don't like cash at all. I hardly ever use cash. Everywhere I go, I use my card. And it didn't used to be that way. It used to, I don't know, 20 years ago, you had to have some cash with you for emergencies. Like most parking garages wouldn't take cards. But now almost everything you can, every parking garage that I've been to in the last several years, you can use your you can use your credit card or your debit card. Vending machines, you can use your smartphone with vending machines now. So you really don't need cash. I find cash like yucky and dirty and like old fashioned, right? Every time I'm behind someone at the grocery store and I see them paying cash and getting their change, and I'm like, ugh, yuck. Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, geez, who would want that? Oh, did someone mention the cube? I know you're not talking about the tungsten cube, right? PK, it's good to have you here. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to jump into tonight, before we get too far, is connecting your Ledger device to Metamask, right? So let's see. I'm going to play around a little bit. We'll see where we can go with this. So ideally, right? And let's see. Let's go ahead and, I've got it open, right? So if we have a Ledger device, right, and we have it connected to our computer, we can use Ledger Live, right? That's that's most people's exposure to the Ledger device is in Ledger Live, right? And then they don't really wrap their head around the fact that the private keys for lots of different wallets can be held on this device, right? There are a lot of third-party apps that can access the private keys on this device, right? You give them permission, but you still have to authorize each transaction with the buttons on this device, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is the Ledger Nano X, or S, if you have the Ledger Nano S, is more than just Ledger Live. And a lot more, right? So don't get mad if the crypto that you're into is not supported in Ledger Live. Now, we're going to be dealing with a different wallet, Metamask, which is a browser extension, which can also access the private keys on your ledger if you configure it properly, right? So I'm going to use my Brave browser. We're going to act like it's the first time we've done this, right? Because if over in Chrome, I've got my MetaMask already connected to my ledger. But I want to show you how you would do this from scratch, right? So you've got your ledger device. Let's go ahead and get the camera configured if I can. Yeah, I was having some trouble. I was recording a video this week and something was like really wrong with my OBS Studio. It wasn't like the color was all washed out. So I started playing around with it and I ended up deleting it and uninstalling and reinstalling and everything. So I hope everything still works right. I just copied my preferences back into this new version. All right, so I am in the Ethereum app, right? So, whoops, let's get out of this. I don't want to be in settings. We're back, and then let's go over to quit. All right, just to show you that I have the Ethereum app on my ledger device, and in order to connect to MetaMask, you need to be in the Ethereum app, right? So MetaMask is a browser extension that you can use to manage your cryptocurrency, and it's very versatile in that it can connect to decentralized exchanges, right? That's MetaMask. That's really where MetaMask shines, right? But if you create a standalone MetaMask account, as I've done here, you can see I just have an empty wallet, right? Now, the private keys for this wallet are stored on my computer. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? A lot of people ask me, oh, aren't you worried about, your MetaMask is like not connected to your ledger? Aren't you worried? Well, not really. I mean, it's okay for me because I keep my computer in good working order. I don't install a bunch of junk on there, adware, spyware. I have antivirus. I've got firewall. I've got anti-malware. I've got all that stuff, right? So the private keys are stored on the computer in the Windows file system, but they are encrypted, right? Because MetaMask has a password, right? When you first open MetaMask, you have to enter a password. So if someone gains access to your computer, even then, they would still need to somehow crack your password, which I guess, I mean, if they're that good, right, then maybe, like, if they can get access to that file on my computer, they probably could crack it too. I don't know. We'll see. But remotely, it's very, if someone's like has remote access to your computer, it's pretty rare that they're going to be able to crack into your stuff, right? I don't know. I'm not a hacker, right? All right. So, but anyway, so we got this wallet here. The private keys are stored on my computer. All is well and good. Now you'll notice I've got my ledger here. My ledger is connected to my computer with a cable, right? We got this cable here, and I'm in the Ethereum app. MetaMask works on the Ethereum virtual machine. So although you might have multiple networks configured, like you can see, this is just a real basic copy of MetaMask, right? I've only got a couple of networks configured, and I've only got one account right now, account number 1, right? Now, when we click on this button up here, or circle or whatever you want to call it, you get into the Manage Accounts interface. I could create a new account, another empty Ethereum wallet if I wanted to, and I can have multiple Ethereum wallets configured in my MetaMask, right? And when we go back over to Chrome, you'll see I have a bunch of them, right? I'm always playing around. Now, you can also import an account if you have a private key that you exported, right? Now here's where we can take advantage of the Ledger device where it says connect hardware wallet. What this does is it makes MetaMask more secure in that once we connect the hardware wallet, the private key is the private key that's stored on this guy, right? And when we transfer, when we trade, each transaction has to be signed by the device. And the way we do that is by looking at the device, the messages we see on the device, and clicking buttons to approve transactions. That's a mouthful, right? Let's go ahead and connect hardware wallet. Now it goes through this kind of like thing, and I know people kind of get lost, but if you just hang with it, right? It does launch Ledger Live. It didn't really used to do this, but it does now. I don't know. I thought they said they've improved this, but anyway, so you'll notice there that you can connect more than just a Ledger. You can do Trezor or Lattice, which I'm not familiar with. So let's hit Ledger, right? It wants me to connect your wallet directly to your computer, which I've done. Open the Ethereum app, which I've done, right? And then we're ready to go. Let's hit continue. And there it is. You can't really see it. Let's see if I can get this out of the way long enough. No, I didn't. Continue. There. You see it up there? It says Ledger Nano X. I just click on top of that and I connect. Well, let's turn this camera back on again. And I really don't need to do that much, right? You'll notice here that these are a list of Ethereum addresses that are on this device, right? The same Ethereum wallets that I have over here on Ledger Live. We're just using them in MetaMask so that we can add some additional functionality. I'm going to use this one, right? You can choose the one you want. There are a lot of almost infinite amount of addresses that you could access, right? I'm using this one because I know it has some crypto in it, right? Right, but notice that it doesn't really ask me to confirm anything on the Ledger device in order to connect. Now, if I were to try to send something out, then it would need an authorization, right? So now I have access to this Ethereum that the private key of is stored on this device. Now, I know there's some assets on here, right? And MetaMask sees some of them, but not all of them, right? So it sees the Uniswap that I have. Like if we go over here to Ethereum main, you'll see that there is 71.66 Uniswap in this Ethereum wallet, right? So if we go back over here, that's it. Same wallet. We're just accessing it from a different interface, right? The MetaMask interface. Why would I want to do this? Because I can't really connect Ledger Live to Uniswap. I can't trade in Ledger Live. Now they have their own like third-party things where I can buy and sell if I connect to Coinify. I'm not a huge fan of Coinify. And then they have this swap if you connect to, I think it's called Paraswap, I believe, right? But these are third parties, right? You're not really doing it on your ledger. You're allowing a third party to like facilitate something within Ledger Live, right? But I don't see a Uniswap third party app in here, right? If I want to use Uniswap or something cool like SushiSwap, I need to use MetaMask to do that, right? So let's do that. Let's go over to Uniswap. Right, we're in the Uniswap app, right? And I'm going to connect my wallet, right? So we got our MetaMask wallet is all configured and ready to go. Let's choose MetaMask. Notice there's more than one way to do this, of course. I'm using MetaMask. It wants access to that ledger-based account. That's my active account, right? So we'll hit next, connect. And now you can see that Uniswap can see the balance of my Ethereum wallet, And let's say we want to buy, just for the heck of it, just some 1 inch, right? Why not, right? I'm not going to do the max. It's not a good idea to use the max when you're in Uniswap or in any Ethereum-based wallet, because you need Ethereum for your gas fees. So if you do a max trade, it's going to calculate the amount that you have in the wallet and then leave enough left over for the fees. And that means that if something goes wrong or you want to up your fees, like to do it faster or whatever, you've already like hit that wall, right? So don't use all of your Ethereum when you're trading in an Ethereum wallet, right? Let's just do 0.03 just for that, just as an example, right? So this means that if I hit swap here, I'm going to need to sign this in Metamask, right? Let's confirm that. Metamask is going to come up and say, you need to confirm this. It's going to cost me $79 to do this. Right, we'll hit confirm here. And look, whoops, wait a minute. Blind signing must be enabled in settings. Okay, well, at least it told me, right? In the old days, like early days, it would be like, it just would give you a weird error message. Now it specifically tells me what needs to be done, right? Okay, can I get out of that? So we'll just go over here to settings, right? And we'll enable blind signing. We'll hit both buttons. And you see it says enabled. I can toggle with both buttons. On or off. On or off. So it's on, right? Now that it's on, I need to navigate off of this with my metal button until I get to the back. There. Now I have enabled blind signing, right? So let's try it again. We'll hit swap. We'll hit confirm. We'll sign it in MetaMask, but MetaMask needs permission from my ledger, right? So there it is, review transaction. It's going to take me through blind signing. That's the amount of ETH I'm going to trade. That's the address. Those are the fees. And I'm going to reject this guy, right? Because I'm not going to spend $79 on a trade. That's ridiculous, right? But that's the idea, right? Now, we can also use different networks than just the Ethereum with our ledger device, right? So we could go over to Trader Joe. Wait a minute. No, let's QuickSwap. Let's do QuickSwap because that is on the Polygon, and I believe I've configured this MetaMask for Polygon, right? Oh, no, Avalanche, pardon me. I guess I should have done Traders. Let's do Trader Joe. It's not really going to matter because that part of the wallet is empty, but just so you can see what's going on. So in order to get into Joe, I need to connect my wallet. I'm going to connect to the ledger. All right. And I'm going to switch it over to the Avalanche mainnet. Notice it's empty, right? I don't have any tokens on here. But this is how I can connect to Trader Joe with this address, right? It's the same address as the Ethereum network. Notice that, right? We're utilizing the exact same address, just on a different network. And now I can connect. See, it's connected. See, it sees the address. So if I had some Avalanche in my wallet, I could start trading over on Trader Joe's, right? So we would need to buy some Avalanche and then withdraw to this wallet, which is fairly straightforward, right? You see me do that kind of stuff. But here we are using the Avalanche network in MetaMask with the ledger holding the private key. Same concept, right? I would make a trade here and I would authorize it in MetaMask, and then MetaMask would need permission from my device to make the trades or transfers or stake or farm or whatever, right? I'm not going to go into all that. I can show you over in my Chrome browser, but you get the idea, right? This is how you get your, and then we could do other networks too, right? We could do, let's say we want, let's say, oh, okay, I'd like to do Binance Smart Chain, right? Here's Binance Smart Chain, right? I'm going to connect my wallet. See there, it connected. Did it connect the right wallet? I don't think it did. I think it went to the other wallet. I want this ledger-based wallet. Yeah, it's still not doing it. All right. Let's see. Ah, okay. Well, this is what happens when you do stuff live, right? I want the other wallet. It is Ledger 2. Okay. Oh, that's it. Sorry. That's it. Okay. We'd click Add to Metamask. Chainlist is a great site for automatically configuring these network settings, right? Let's approve that. Let's go ahead and switch over. All right, we got it. Now let's go back to PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap. Here we go. All right, I can connect wallet. I'll choose MetaMask. I'll give it permission. And we'll connect. And lo and behold, we've got this wallet connected, which is protected by the Ledger device, right? So any trade that I make in PancakeSwap would have to be signed by MetaMask, but MetaMask would need permission from the device. So notice we can do multiple chains all on the Ledger device in the Ethereum app, right? So we don't switch over to the Avalanche app to do Avalanche and MetaMask. We don't switch over to the Binance Smart Chain app to do Binance Smart Chain in MetaMask. All of this stuff in MetaMask is managed with the Ethereum app because all of these chains are sort of running on top of Ethereum in a sense, right? They're using the same protocols, same address, right? So anyway, that's my big, how do you connect the Ledger? I get a lot of questions like that. They're like, how can I do this on my Ledger? Right? I want to use my Ledger because they've been told by me and a lot of other people that it is a safe and secure way to store your cryptocurrency. So if I want to do these platforms where I'm doing DeFi and all this fun stuff, I want to be protected by my, I want them to be protected by my Ledger, right? All right, so let me just check in with you guys. There's probably a lot of questions rolling back and forth. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Gary Anderson, thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate it. JDO is here. Thank you for being here, JDO. JDO and Dan are the moderators here, and they do a great job. I need to give them a Christmas bonus, right? A little crypto. I thought that resetting the Phantom Wallet would allow me to use Phantom Wallet in the future for new purpose and not have to worry about the scammer interfering. Someone mentioned to me that the Phantom Wallet had been hacked. I was not aware of that. I'm sorry I didn't look it up. So I don't know what happened with Phantom Wallet, but if Phantom Wallet somehow was hacked or there was a bug in it or whatever, you're probably better off if you've got a Ledger-based Phantom Wallet than if you had just a standalone Phantom Wallet, right? Because even if the wallet is hacked and is trying to like transfer Solana off, right, it would need permission from the device, right? So I don't know that someone that hacked the Phantom Wallet would be able to bypass the security of the Ledger device. Like I said, I didn't look into that very closely, so I can't really speak authoritatively on that particular subject, but someone mentioned to me there was a problem with Phantom Wallet. If you're not feeling safe, create a new wallet with a new seed phrase and send your other funds over there. Yes. I get a lot of that too. People will say I was tricked into revealing my 12-word recovery phrase. What should I do? And then they get like afraid to touch the wallet, right? They're like, I'm afraid to touch the wallet. I'm like, dude, if you've got any cryptocurrency in that wallet still, you need to get it out of there. Like, I guess they're afraid that if they go in there, they're going to end up transferring it to somebody else. I don't know. But in general, if you've revealed the secret phrase of your ledger device, they're generally going to be after like the Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? They may not really realize that you have Solana in there or Avalanche or BNB or whatever. They may be sharp though. They may check them all, right? But if they haven't, right? If all they did was like pull some of your Bitcoin out of your wallet after you gave them that phrase, and you can look in your wallets and see, hey, I still got some BNB in here over here on Metamask or whatever. Move it, get it out of there, put it in a different wallet. Get another ledger device, and or move it back to an exchange if it's an emergency, right? If you just realize you got hacked, right? You're on a site and then it says, please enter your 24-word recovery phrase so that we can manage your wallet or, protect you from hackers. That's one of the biggest things that hackers do. They pretend to be the guys protecting you from the hackers. I know it sounds weird, doesn't it? But they'll like send you an email and said, you just got hacked. Sign into your account now to protect your investment, and then they've tricked you into revealing that seed phrase. If that happens to you and you see your wallet go empty, right, and that sinking feeling hits you in your gut that you've just been scammed, get in there and move whatever else is in there off somewhere else. Like if there's Ethereum in there, move it back to Coinbase or Binance US or wherever your exchange. Or, if you're savvy and you've got another wallet, move it to a different wallet, whatever. Get it out of there, right? Don't be afraid, right? Once they've stolen your Bitcoin or whatever, they're just going to keep taking and taking. So if you can get in there and transfer it before them, bully, right? They may not be that sophisticated. Maybe all they're sitting in a dusty, they're sitting in a small cubicle in a dusty like poorly ventilated warehouse, right? Like lines and lines of hackers over in Vietnam or the Philippines or wherever they are, right? And it's their job to trick you into getting that phrase. And then they have like a little script in front of them that shows them how to like move Bitcoin once they've done that, right? They may not be as savvy to know that you have like multiple cryptos in that ledger device, right? So if you realize you've got hacked, jump back in there and start transferring out somewhere else fast as you can. Let's see. Thomas Falke. Yes, I understand, but I have staked and locked tokens in the staking site that were not able to be stolen because the tokens are locked for a certain period. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I get that too. Let's say someone was asking me about Soulflare earlier, right? And they said something along the lines, I think they sent me an email and they said something about I was staking and then I was I unstaked and I still don't see it in my wallet. Well, I know that at least in Soulflare, the interface, it's the Solana staking interface. You can do the same thing in Phantom, right? I believe he was using Phantom. But these are old staking pools that I was in. Now, I seem to remember that after you, the buttons are different now, but the original button is, okay, you can delegate, right? Choose a validator, delegate or whatever. And then when it's time to undelegate, once you're in there, there's like an undelegate button, right? But when you click undelegate, you jump through some hoops, and then it says, okay, initiated, right? Then you have to wait 2 to 4 days for it to actually become undelegated completely. And then if I recall correctly, after that, you'll go back in here and it'll say like, okay, now it's an inactive stake. And your balance is whatever you originally staked. And then you can actually transfer it back to your regular wallet, right? From the staking pool back into the regular wallet, right? So it's like a multi-step process, right? So it's not going to immediately. Now, if you got hacked, right, they may be waiting there too, right? They may have the same wallet. Now that they've got your seed phrase, they've restored their own ledger, and they're sitting there with access to your wallet on their ledger, right? Because they used your seed phrase, and they basically have a mirror image of your ledger now. They may be sitting there waiting for that to unbond too, right? But they may not be. They may not realize that you've got some stuff staked, and they're unaware of that. So the best thing you can do is just kind of hang out, do what you got to do, unstake it. And because if someone else has access to the wallet, you need to get it out of there one way or the other. So yeah, you might lose what you had staked too, right? I don't know there's any way around it. Once they have your seed phrase, all right? Maybe there's, I don't know how many ledger devices these so-called hackers own, right? Maybe they've got 50 or 60 people that are, restoring to ledger devices. Or you can actually take a 24-word phrase from a ledger and put it on a different wallet, like Trust Wallet, that doesn't require the hardware, right? It can, Trust Wallet or some other desktop-based wallet or whatever. But maybe they don't notice that you have some staked assets, and maybe you can try to unstake them and then withdraw them and then quickly move them to a different wallet. I don't know, right? But once someone has access to your seed phrase, they're pretty much all bets are off, right? I don't know. It depends on how you had them staked and where you had them staked as well. I don't know. It's a sticky situation, right? Don't give up your seed phrase to anyone. Let's see. Retribution. Yes, Rex was just wondering if it is possible if you could make multiple MetaMask with different seed phrases and connect to one hardware wallet. Yeah, I believe you can. But now, so let's take a look over here. So we have a MetaMask wallet here that has multiple accounts, right? So I can connect to multiple accounts. Another thing I'll mention too, and MetaMask doesn't really make this clear, when you create a new account, it's new, right? And the seed phrase that you originally used when you backed up your MetaMask only works on the original account that you create. So I've got multiple accounts, and if you go and wipe this computer, or let's say if you want multiple MetaMask accounts, really the only way to do that with new seed phrases is to go to a fresh browser and create a new MetaMask account on a fresh browser. I guess you could also add another profile in Chrome, and I think each new profile would be like a blank one, right? If you added another MetaMask extension, it would be blank, right? You'd use a new seed phrase for it, right? But I guess the point I was trying to make is some of this new accounts that I created, I got on a new computer and I entered my seed phrase to restore my MetaMask, and lo and behold, there was only one account there. All those new accounts that I created didn't get automatically recreated. They're not all tied to that original seed phrase that you create. That original seed phrase only counts for that first account if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. But what you need to do when you create a new account, like this BSC main account, is you need to go over here to account details and export that private key somewhere, right, to a flash drive or an encrypted flash drive or external hard drive or something. Or write it down on a piece of paper if you want to be that like super secure. But there's, you know, when you write a long number down on a piece of paper, you might miss a digit here and there, right? So you want to be careful with that. But once you have exported the private key of an account, you could go to a new copy of Metamask, like I did in the Opera browser. And I think I took Metamask off of here. No, I didn't. You'll notice here that this is it's a completely different version of MetaMask, right? I created this account 1 and wrote down the seed phrase, but then I imported, right? You can do this. You can, we showed you that, right? We can import an account with the private key. So I imported, you might recognize this wallet here. Let's go back over here. Of course, I named it appropriately. This is the exact same wallet that we were playing around with over here in Chrome, right? If we go, actually, it would be this one, right? So if we go over here and we switch to Binance Smart Chain, same wallet, right? So I can create a new copy of MetaMask in a different browser or a different profile in a browser. Whoops, let's go back over here. And still have, and then import an account that I created in a different browser into the new copy of MetaMask, right? This was a blank MetaMask. It gave me a brand new seed phrase and everything else. The only thing I don't like about MetaMask is you can't just on the fly import from scratch. Every time you install MetaMask in a brand new browser, actually you can import, but it has to be a seed. It has to be a seed phrase. You can't import, pardon me. You can't import a private key when you're first setting up MetaMask. It has to be a mnemonic import. I don't know why they don't allow you to import private keys from scratch, but it doesn't. I know I'm probably getting way off topic here, but the question was, can I move, create multiple copies of MetaMask in different browsers? And yes, you can, right? And then you can also like import, or let's say you're just using that one account that you used with that seed phrase. If you create another copy of MetaMask in a different browser and import that seed phrase, you will have access to that, at least that account, right? But if you're like me and you've got multiple accounts, you better make sure that you've got the private keys exported in case something happens to your computer or your hard drive or like that. I think I know the Rex or Dan. Button. I was just wondering if it's possible if you could make up multiple MetaMasks with different seed phrases and connect to one hardware wallet. Yeah. Any copy of MetaMask can connect to a hardware wallet. You saw me do that first thing, right? We were doing that in the beginning, right? We took a copy of MetaMask and we imported a Ledger account into that. Now notice if we go over here to Chrome, that same account is already connected, right? I connected that one. I have connected that one before, I believe. It's the same one. Let's go back over to Ethereum and see if that's it. I believe that's it, right? Is that the same one? 357. Actually, I think that's a different one. Yeah, it is. It's a different one. But you remember that there were multiple addresses on the ledger that I could have connected to. Oh, it was this one, right? Yeah. Boom. Right? So one ledger, two different copies of MetaMask, right? And there are multiple ledger addresses on one ledger device, right? So you can mix and match any way you want. Have fun with it. Okay, Samuel Prince, Falky, okay. Oh, okay, if your coins are locked in sometime, you need to wait. Don't switch your wallet. Wait till you can remove them from the staking or LP pool. Remove 10, then transfer to a new wallet, right? I think that's what I was talking about. Hopefully, they're not going to be monitoring your wallet, as you're doing this. They might, right? But I get the sense that if they're professional hackers, they're probably moving on to the next scam, right? Once they scam one person, they're probably going to move on to the next person. Now they may have depth, right? They may have, okay, like I got a team over here that just monitors wallets we've already hacked, and then I got a team over here that hacks new wallets, right? But I tend to think that they're more like let's say they got, I don't know, I want to say maybe they got 50 guys, right, working for them, like in some warehouse, right? 50 people that are hacking for them. You got to think about when someone gains access to a seed phrase, they have custody of it. Do you really want 50 people working for you that are sucking in seed phrases all day long, right? Maybe they'll skip one and take it home and, deal with it on their own, right? So you got to watch 50 people and make sure they're not going to take that seed phrase home and try to access it on their own, right? So you got, I mean, I don't know, like I guess criminals have been dealing with this from day one, right? You got the Thieves Guild, right? And you got all these thieves out there working for you, pickpocketing and whatever. Are they going to bring home everything they do, right? How are you going to keep an eye on them all? Are you going to have one watcher for each thief, right? So we all assume that maybe they got 10 people working for them and they keep a tight control over those 10 hackers. But do they really have enough spare resources to have like all of the wallets they've already hacked that's still monitoring? Now, I know that they can set up bots, right? So if they've hacked a particular Bitcoin wallet, I know they can set up bots to monitor the activity of that wallet, right? I had revealed a seed phrase and I put some $50 worth of Bitcoin in the wallet. It was the Electrum Bitcoin wallet. And within a few minutes, the balance had been transferred over. So maybe it's a bot, right? And like they're in front of the computer or they got their phone with them and they get an alert that says, oop, boop, somebody, just a balance just came into this wallet. And so either they automatically transfer it to their, holding wallet, or they say, okay, hey, hacker B, get on this, I just got $50 worth of Bitcoin in this wallet, transfer it to our main wallet or whatever. So I don't know how hackers work. While we're here, I'm almost to the bottom of the questions. Someone asked last week, he was very meticulous or particular about hiding his IP. And we talked about how hard it is to hide your IP and whatever, right? And I didn't read one of the things that he said that I missed. That particular comment in the live stream was, my buddy told me that if oh yeah, VM, sure, send me an email. Oh, you watched it get unstaked in front of your eyes. Yeah. So they must have had access to your wallet, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Like I said, once someone has full access to your 12 or 24 word recovery phrase, they have full access to the wallet, right? And they can sit there and watch your wallet, or they can set up a bot or whatever, or they can go unstake what you've got staked, I'm sure, right? And you can watch it in real time. It's heartbreaking. But anyway, someone had said, well, my buddy told me that if you reveal your IP, then the hackers will come and beat you up and get you to give them your recovery phrase, right? That's and I wanted to talk about that, right? Just as I was talking about the mechanics involved in being a hacker company, right? Because you got all these people hacking for you, or maybe it's just one guy. Who knows? Let's say you are a hacker, and your job is to go out there and check Bitcoin wallets and see if you can find the whatever IP the Bitcoin wallet guy is using, right? That in itself is pretty high level, right? I'm sure it's possible, right? And then on top of that, you want to take that IP address that you have found, right? IP address X, and link that to a particular person and their identity and their home address. That is even more high level. That's like NSA level stuff. That's like, government police access level kind of stuff. But let's just say that you can do that, right? You're out there monitoring Bitcoin wallets and you see you're able to link it to a person, right? You're like, okay, Rex has a Bitcoin wallet. I know because I saw his IP, because he wasn't hiding it, right? He wasn't using a VPN. He's just a normal Bitcoin guy, right? I know where he lives, right? So now I'm going to go beat Rex up and get his phrase from him, right? Is the guy sitting behind the computer with that high-level skill the guy that's going to be the thug and go beat me up? He doesn't seem like that kind of criminal to me, right? Or is he going to send thugs, right? Maybe he could do that, right? But now he's got to trust his thugs, right? The thug is going to come over here and he's going to beat me up and get my 24-word recovery phrase. And then he's going to go back to his guy and go, okay, here's the 24-word recovery phrase that we got from Rex. How is that a realistic scenario? How are you going to trust the guy that you send to beat me up? Maybe he's not that smart, right? But this is a whole level of risk that hacker guy maybe doesn't want to expose himself to. If hacker guy comes to my house, there's all kinds of variables that could come into play, right? Maybe he's got to drive his car, which can be traced. He's got to be in my neighborhood, first of all, right? He may be in like Wisconsin or Texas or Singapore, right? Is he going to get an international flight to come all the way to my house to beat me up for my recovery phrase? Maybe, right? But that's a whole level of stuff that he has to go through, right? Capital expenditure just to get my phrase, right? Oh, he may say, okay, well, Rex has got, 50 Bitcoins, so it's worth it, right? Okay, all right. So he comes, but he's exposing himself, right? To arrest, right? Because breaking and entering is, it's a crime. So he could get caught, right? Is he going to expose himself to that kind of risk? Is he going to bring his phone with him? Right? They can trace that too. Right? I guess what I'm trying to get to is the fear that exposing your IP is going to expose you to thugs coming to your house to beat you up to take your recovery phrase might be a little bit overblown, right? You got to put yourself in the criminal's place there. Wouldn't it be easier if you've got that kind of hacking power to just do everything? Wouldn't it be better just to trick people into giving you your 24-word recovery phrase, their 24-word recovery phrase remotely, right? Doing phishing emails. Why take the risk of going in person to somebody's house to beat them up when you've got a whole, you got a whole bunch of like idiots out there that you could trick into giving you the phrase. Risk-free from behind your hacker computer. Why go in person, right? Plus, you may be squeamish, right? You may not be strong, right? There's all kinds of, things. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, right? I've heard things like kidnappings and like extortion, like there was some Bitcoin guy that got kidnapped in Europe or whatever, and they stole his Bitcoin. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. But is it really that a big risk for a normal Joe that's got Bitcoin? Maybe it is. Who knows? But it's not as simple as, just send somebody to his house and beat him up for his, right? What if I got booby traps? What if I've got my Bitcoin hidden behind a passphrase protected 12-word recovery phrase, right? If you send a thug to my house and I give you a fake 24-word recovery phrase, how's the thug going to know, right? I guess the thug is going to sit down and check it. Maybe. Who knows, right? There's a lot of variables into play here. The hacker most probably living in a different time zone somewhere in Asia or Vietnam, traveling 8,000 miles to visit someone, even for hacker time is money. Yeah, that's a very good point. So would love to understand how to avoid Ethereum fees. Okay, lots of exciting stuff coming out, and the coin's cheap, but ETH gas is over 100. Yeah, well, the only problem is that most thugs are incredibly stupid. That's one bad variable, right? FYI, still looking for a cool name like CryptoDad, but it's already taken. Yeah, I know. I got lucky. If a hacker came here and met my girlfriend, he'd never come back. That's hilarious. Okay, so I was going to talk about a little bit on how to avoid Ethereum fees, right? I wanted to mention here, last night's dip was a great example of why you should always have stable coins on the sidelines, right? To buy these dips. Or money in your bank account, whatever, right? But don't go all in on crypto. I am guilty. Mea culpa, right? I have been caught with my pants down so many times on these pullbacks. Yeah, see how the color is all washed out over here? It's freaking me out. I don't know. This is what I was trying to remedy. And I don't know what's going on with my OBS studio. It's washing out my... But it's only bad if I'm using white, right? Like here, it's not as bad, right? Or here. Wait. It's kind of washed out there. But like that one looks fine because it's like heavy color. So I've got to play around with my OBS and try and figure out why the heck it's happening, right? I don't know. This one looks okay. All right. So anyway, the color's washed out. So sue me. All right. Vital to keep stable coins in order to buy dips. A lot of you guys come here for investing strategy. And I get that. I'm more of I'm trying to teach you how to, manage wallets more so, or manage chains, right? But I wanted to just bring that up, that you should keep stablecoin on the sidelines for these massive dips, because they are massive, right? So last night I fell asleep on the couch. I woke up about 1 o'clock, right? So I'm getting ready to go into the bedroom and go to bed, and I look at my phone and I'm like, oh look, 47,000. And for a split second I thought, oh, Bitcoin's up, right? Because it had been like at 52, and I mistook 47,000 for 57,000, right? I was like, oh wow, Bitcoin jumped back up, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not 57,000, that's 47,000, man. Bitcoin just dropped below 50. So instead of going to bed, I came downstairs and I used my stable coin to pick up some cryptos that I had that I wanted some more of, right? So whenever there's a crypto popping, you shake your fist and go, oh, if only I could have got in early. I missed the boat. Ooh. Well, last night was a great opportunity to pick up a bunch of those coins. Maybe not dirt cheap, right? But cheaper than they were, right? So just to let you know, there are certain coins that I have in my portfolio that I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about. And I said to myself, okay, I'm not selling that any more of that coin, right? Solana. Cardano, I'm on the fence, right? Polkadot, I could sell a little bit because, I've made some profit. But Terra Luna, Avalanche, Sand, let's see, Axie Infinity. These are all coins that I told myself, you know what? I'm not selling. I don't care, right? But I will buy more, right? So last night I came downstairs and I got on my computer. I bought more Avalanche, more Solana, more Sand, And I bought some more Decentraland. I don't know if that was the best buy I could have made, but I bought some more mana, right? Some Decentral mana with stablecoin that I had on the sideline, right? Because I could, right? I had some. I actually also, I took some losing coins. Some coins that I was kind of like, you know what? I know they're down, but I'm going to get out of these coins because I would rather be in these other coins, right? But some of it was stable coin that I had on the sideline. Some of it were some coins that I just said, you know what? I'm just getting out of this coin, right? And I'm just going to get into Sand because Sand is down. I'm going to get into Solana because Solana's down. So you should always have some stable coin on the sideline. And you should always be willing to bite the bullet and just get out of a coin if you need to. If, let's say you got in, you bought a coin X, and you have a profit, right? And let's say it was 500 plus profit, right? And then last night you come downstairs and you see, oh man, I've lost some of that profit, right? There's only like $100 worth of profit now because everything's down. Well, but I'm ready to get out of this coin. Or maybe it's a loss, right? You're like, you know what? This coin is like 300 down from where I bought it. But it's still, you know, my holding is still worth $500, even though it's, I put in 700, right? It's only worth 500 now, but that's $500 worth of value that I could use to buy some Solana, right? Sell it and buy some Solana with it, right? Or Sand or Avalanche or whatever, right? Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and get out of a coin when the time is right. Or when it's not right, right? Just get the hell out, right? Jump on a racehorse, not a donkey. I like that, JDO. Did I get some at 171? I'm not sure what you're asking me about. What coin would have been 171? Maybe Sand? I'm not sure. Oh, and Wonderland was down, right? I don't know where it's Polygon was down. Interestingly, Terra sort of weathered the storm. Let's see. Axie Infinity is still a little bit down. This is 24 hours. Notice Sandbox has sort of come back from where it was, like 605. I think it was, I can't remember what it was last night. I bought some more. I think it went down to $4 last night. Craziness, right? Decentraland, I just bought some more, right? It was down, so I bought some more. Right. All right, so stablecoin. Have some stablecoin in your wallet. If you got some stablecoin in your wallet, you can buy some more. All right. Now, we were talking about avoiding Ethereum fees, right? So the main way to do that is to use other blockchains rather than Ethereum. Right? Don't trade on Ethereum blockchain. I know that's like, it's hard to say if you're already got a bunch of ERC20 tokens or whatever, but it's better to trade on the other blockchains. Like, for example, if we're, let's go to, where are we? PancakeSwap. What am I doing here? Okay. So if you're trading on PancakeSwap, it wants me to switch network. I'm going to do that. All right, so I got some BNB here. I could make trades on PancakeSwap. And the fees are much cheaper, right? And you can also buy, like Binance US Dollar, right? Binance US Dollar is a stable coin that you can buy and hold in your wallet for like these downtimes, right? And another thing I'll say is don't ever, and I'm guilty, don't ever throw all of your stable coins at a down market because it could keep going down. I made that mistake back in May of this year. The market started to drop precipitously, and I was like scooping up discounts, right? Oh, look how down that coin's down, that coin's down, and I blew it, all of it, within the first few days of the market drop. and the market just continued dropping. And then after that, I was all in. I couldn't do anything. So my lesson that I learned there was hang on to your stablecoin, even if you think the market's, even when you're buying that dip, it could keep dipping. So hang on to some of your stablecoin. You can always use it later at some point, or you can cash it out, one of the two, right? But notice also I can buy Bitcoin, right? I can buy Binance pegged Bitcoin on Binance Smart Chain if I want, right? So but I can also buy Ethereum if I can find it here. Yeah, there's a Binance Smart Chain Ethereum pegged, Binance pegged Ethereum. And so I can use my BNB or I can use my stablecoin to buy some Binance pegged Ethereum for cheaper than I can buy it over on the Ethereum blockchain on Uniswap or SushiSwap. So that's one way to avoid Ethereum fees, right? And still invest in Ethereum because this Ethereum is pegged to the price of the regular Ethereum. So if the price of regular Ethereum goes up, the price of Binance pegged Ethereum goes up, right? You can also get like Chainlink over here. I don't know if it's Link. You can buy Shiba Inu. There is a Binance Smart Chain pegged Shiba Inu or SHIB you can buy on Binance Smart Chain and avoid all the Ethereum fees, right? And then when the price of the Ethereum SHIB goes up, then your Binance pegged SHIB goes up, right? Let's take a look at that. It exists on multiple. It doesn't even show it here, right? Some coins, they'll show you multiple blockchains, like Mana. Yeah, see over here the 3 dots? This shows you, oh, okay, so you've got Ethereum pegged Mana or Ethereum network Mana, and you've also got Polygon Mana, right, over on the Polygon chain. So there are a lot of coins that have multiple chains. Like, so you can buy a hot coin on that may be on the Ethereum blockchain over on the Binance Smart Chain or the Polygon chain or whatever. So try to use the other chains if you can. Save you those Ethereum gas fees. Now, there's also, I wanted to show you this. Let me see where I'm at here. Let's see if I can. Okay, we're on good time here. Okay, well, I was going to use the Polygon DEX and then I'm going to show you how to avoid conversion fees. Because you can convert certain coins from Ethereum over to Polygon, but most of those converters, you have to pay Ethereum fees on one side or the other. So if you're starting on the Ethereum side and you're converting over to the Polygon side, you're going to pay Ethereum fees for that initial conversion, right? You have, and then once it gets over to Polygon, then you're okay. So I'm going to show you how to avoid that in a minute by using exchanges. But I wanted to talk real quick about phones and Google Authenticator. Now, most of you guys that are in here are, old hats. You've been in, you know what you're doing, and you understand that the Google Authenticator is device specific, right? But not everybody does, right? A lot of people will, they'll go through the motions. They'll set up Google Authenticator on their Coinbase or whatever account, right? And then they'll go on their carrier website like Verizon or AT&T, and a new phone comes out, right? And Verizon will say, get the new iPhone cheaper by trading up, right? So they say, okay, order your new phone, turn in your old phone, and you'll get, $500 off or $1,000 off, right? And people are like, cool, right? So they order their new phone, and their new phone comes, and then they also get a box, a shipping box with a shipping label and a little pouch. And they'll say, okay, wipe your old phone, wipe your old phone, stick it in the pouch, close the box, put the shipping label on it. When we get it, we'll apply your discount, right? But they don't have a big warning that says, warning, before you wipe your old phone and send it back to us, you better export your Google Authenticator or your Trust wallet or your Coinbase wallet, right? Because crypto wallets don't automatically transfer over to the new phone either. So please, guys, if you're into crypto and you've got Google Authenticator set up for your accounts, please be aware that you have to export your Google Authenticator from your old phone onto your new phone. I got a great video on how you do that. We want the newest one, this one. Yeah. Okay. Move Google Authenticator onto a new phone. Let's just copy it, right? I'm going to drop that down here. It's a step-by-step on how you export your Google codes onto a new phone. But you need the old phone to do it, right? You have to have the old phone and the new phone in your hand at the same time in order to do this, right? So please, guys, don't fall for these like deals where you upgrade. You can do the upgrade, right? But just tell them, actually, when you do the upgrade and they send you your brand new phone with the box for the old phone and the pouch and the shipping label, they give you like 10 days or a couple weeks to turn in the old phone, right? Just be aware that when you export your old phone settings to the new phone, like the phone-to-phone transfer, it only moves pictures and phone contacts and text and all that. It does not move Google Authenticator. You'll get the app on the new phone, but it'll be empty, right? So please be aware of this. I deal with a lot of people that have lost access to their two-factor codes. And usually it's because they wiped their old phone before they exported their Google. Yeah. But you can still get access to your accounts. This one right here, this video right here is what to do when you've lost the phone completely or you wiped it, right? So there are ways to disable two-factor authentication on your accounts if you lose your phone, right? Like let's go to, let's do Coinbase, right? So if you try to sign into your Coinbase account and it asks you for your two-factor code, notice down here it says, I need help. I don't know why people don't see this. They're like, it's asking me for my code, but I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, there is a little link down here that says, I need help, right? You click that link and then you say, okay, I can't access my Google Authenticator app anymore. And they're like, okay, fine. Here you go. We'll show you how to gain access to your account, right? You go through this. You have to prove it's you. I mean, you got to jump through hoops. It's not easy, right? I don't know what people think they're going to, they think they email me and I'm just going to wave a magic wand and restore access to their account. You got to work for it, dude, right? Or they can just send an email to Coinbase. Please help me, sir. Like, dude, they give you everything you need to do. It's not easy, right? You got to give them your ID and all this stuff to gain access to your account to disable your two-factor. Once you've done that, you have access to the account. You can re-enable two-factor, right? But you got to go through the steps, right? You got to eat a little humble pie and, go through this process. It's not easy. If it were easy, then two-factor authentication would be a joke. If it were easy to get around it, wouldn't be very effective with them, would it? If I could just, call somebody, hey, disable 2FA. Now, the guy, I spoke to a gentleman that had, let me go back here. Is this it? This. I don't know anything about this, but he lost access to his old phone because he traded up, and he can't get back in this. And the problem with this thing, whatever it is that it's totally anonymous, right? There's no account information. It's tied to your wallet, right? So if you lose your two-factor, you're done. It's over, right? And this guy had a nice chunk of change in here. I'm not too crazy. I mean, I don't know anything about this. It might be totally legit, but to me, what you're doing is you're creating this account based on your wallet, or you're creating this wallet type account, and then you drop crypto in there, and then they trade for it, right? They've got some kind of bot or whatever, and it's like all AI. People always say AI to make you think, ooh, right? But yeah, I would prefer to trade my own crypto. I'm not just going to drop a bunch of crypto in some this anonymous crypto hedge fund. Apparently, I mean, as long as you have access to it, you're fine, right? You can withdraw at any time, or so they say. I haven't signed up for it. But like stuff like this, you got to be really careful, because there's no way to gain access to the account without your credentials or your two-factor, if you've set up two-factor. And I think they force you to do two-factor, right? Just like if you lose your phone, you lose your Trust wallet unless you have it backed up, right? So crypto is all about responsibility, guys. Please be responsible. Just take this seriously, right? We're in a convenience-oriented society, right? Lost my Facebook password. I'll just reset it. Yeah. Lost my ATM card. I'll just run to the bank and show my ID. They'll give me a new ATM card, right? I bought something online that I don't like, and they won't take it back. I'll just call my credit card company and cancel the payment, right? Take backs, right? Crypto is not like that. It's irreversible, and if you lose access, it's gone, right? There's nobody to call. You can't call Bitcoin up and say, hey, Bitcoin, I lost my wallet. Can you help me? Dead silence, right? All right. Okay, so I wanted to show you this QuickSwap. So let's see. I'm going to make sure that I'm out of all of these other. We could stay here. I was gonna maybe do this thing that Dan asked me about earlier, but let's go ahead and just do QuickSwap first. So in order to do QuickSwap, we need to be on the Polygon mainnet. And I need to be in the right account, right? So I can switch over to this account that has some Matic in it, right? We can actually switch over to this ledger-based account that also has some Matic in it, right? So I could actually trade on this platform. Why don't we do that? Let's do that. All right, so let's use this guy, and then let's connect to QuickSwap, which is a Polygon-based DEX. All right. And I guess what I'd like to demo here is that, not this one. Ledger, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. All right, so this is QuickSwap. It's a decentralized exchange. You connect your wallet to it, and it is on the Polygon chain, right? But it is also, on the Ethereum virtual machine, which means it uses what looks like an Ethereum address, and you can access it through MetaMask, right? So I'm just going to buy some QuickSwap token. I'm not going to buy any Dino, that's for sure. All right, baby quick. That's interesting. I don't want baby quick. I want quick. Where's quick? There it is. All right. We're just buying a token, right? We're just going to make a trade. Can I do this or not? Do I have to add it? I guess I do. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to add it to MetaMask. Okay. It's in MetaMask. Okay. But how can I get it quick? It's not. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So I want to buy some quick, right? First of all, let's just keep it simple. Let's just buy $50 worth. I know that's not a lot, but I'd like to know how much $50 is, right? Because I'm dealing with a swap pair here, so I don't know what it is in dollar value, right? I got to figure it out. So how much? Let's do quick. Let's do quick. Let's go over to CoinGecko. Let's look up quick. All right, quick is 280. It's down, right? But if I only want to buy $50 worth, how much is quick is that, right? So I can go down here where it's got the quick US dollar thing. Let's put 50, right? Okay, that's 0.17, right? We'll do 0.18. Right, so let's go back here. So I want to do, what was it? Yeah, let's do 0.18, right? All right, so it's going to cost me 25 Matic. Now, I need to be in my wallet because, I'm sorry, I need to have my ledger connected, and I need to be in the Ethereum app because that's how I'm connected to this wallet, right? This wallet is ledger protected, right? Remember? We were over here in MetaMask, and then we switched over to our ledger-based account that I've set up earlier. And there's a Matic balance, right, in this wallet, right? Notice how I'm using the Ethereum app to manage this, though. That's, I guess, a little confusing to people because I believe there is a Matic app that you can download on the Ledger device for different other Matic wallets. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Probably. But there's an Avalanche app. There's a Binance Smart Chain app. But we're not using those. We're using Ethereum, right, in MetaMask when we're using our ledger-based swaps. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this camera on, right? Ethereum is ready, right? Remember, I said we're in the Ethereum app. I'm just going to leave it in there. We're in the Ethereum app. I think we've already done this whole connection business, right? Maybe not. We'll see what happens when we try to do this swap. Let's hit swap. All right, we're going to confirm the swap. MetaMask is going to pop up. All right, we're going to say okay. We'll confirm. Now we should get a message on the, oh, okay. All right, here, it's going to connect to Ledger Live. All right, I'm going to open the web socket. And it may or may not, oh, okay, there it is. It is going to let me do this. Let me get this out of the way, right? Oh. All right, so it's still waiting for me to review the transaction. Notice here, this is in the Ethereum app, but I'm using Polygon. I got blind signing turned on. There's my Matic. I'm gonna spend 25 Matic on this address, which is like a smart contract address on the Polygon network. Those are my Matic fees, which are cheap. Accept and send. Yes, indeed. All right, we have submitted the transaction. We gave MetaMask permission to do that from our device. The device signed the request for, moving crypto off of the wallet. Right, there it goes. Boom. So MetaMask confirmed it behind my head here. Up here, we've got the swap 25 Matic for 0.1 quick. Let's close this. And then we should see this balance update here in a sec. So our fees were very low, right? I didn't look at it. I didn't actually copy and paste it into CoinGecko, but I'm assuming that it was less than $1, the fee for this trade, right? It was negligible, right? And there, now we got our quick. Not bad, huh? All right, so we're on Polygon, right? Yeah, so if we go over here to Polygon Web Wallet, that's not the, I want to log out of this one, and I want to connect to that Ledger wallet that we just played with. Ledger 1, right? Oh, and I need to confirm that, right? On my device. It's asking me, right? Sign message, yes. There it is. Sign, right? We just switched wallets, right? God, I wish there was a dark version of this. It would look so much better. But, and we can go into the Polygon wallet, and that's not correct. Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Is it? Yes. Okay, so we've got our 614 Polygon Matic token. We've got that 0.18 of our quick, and we've got a little bit of US dollar coin in there. There was some Dino in there somewhere. I don't see that. But that's okay. Now, what I wanted to point out, though, that is there's also this thing called the Polygon Bridge. The problem with Polygon Bridge is that if I have something over on the Ethereum side, you'll see there that it sees it. I believe, yeah, I think so. And if I want to move that Ethereum, no, it doesn't. Is this what I want to do? I want to go from Ethereum to Ethereum. Maybe there's no Ethereum in this wallet. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. It's the right one. Is it the right wallet? I guess it is. Yeah. Well, apparently it's not connected properly. Oh, here's this switch to Ethereum. All right, so I'll switch over to Ethereum. All right, now I should. Nope, still not doing it. Or am I still waiting? No. All right, so there's 0.193. It's not much, right? This is not what I want. I thought I wanted the bridge. Let's go back. Polygon Bridge. Okay. All right, that's it. Huh. It won't let me do this. I don't know why. The max isn't working. Anyway. But anyway, okay. So let's say that I wanted to convert my basic attention token. Hey, it worked. Okay. So let's say I wanted to convert my basic attention token over to the Polygon chain. That's all well and good. I think that it would work. There would be like a Polygon chain based BAT. I'm not sure, but maybe. You want to check that out before you do it. But I'm going to get charged Ethereum fees when I transfer the BAT out of this wallet over to the Polygon wallet, right? So, yeah, it's great. I can convert stuff, but I have to pay Ethereum fees. So how do we avoid that, right? So I'm going to give you a demo of doing that, but I'm going to use a different chain, right? But I want to show you how I can avoid some of those fees. So let's switch back to, let's get out of Matic. Was I going to do Matic or not? Yes, I'm going to do Matic, but I'm going to use a different wallet. Let's switch over. This is a non-ledger based wallet. Okay. New BSC. Let's switch back over to Polygon. Okay. All right. So, if I were to go and buy Matic on Coinbase Pro, that is ERC20 based Matic, right? And I think we did that several months back. Let's go back here. I want to do this. I don't need to log into Coinbase right now. Let's just do Coinbase Pro. So if I buy Matic on Coinbase and then try to withdraw my Matic to my Polygon-based wallet, it's not going to be in that wallet. It's going to be on the Ethereum side. And then I'll have to go through that conversion to get it into that wallet. So I'm going to have to, and not only that, but if I buy the Matic over here on Coinbase Pro, it's going to cost me Ethereum fees to withdraw it to my own wallet, right? It's going to cost me a nice chunk to withdraw it from Coinbase into my Ethereum-based wallet, the ERC20 Poly, and then it's going to cost me again to transfer it over to the Polygon side, right? So I want to avoid all those fees. Now, let's look at Binance US, right? If I use Matic here, I have one choice, which is ERC20 Matic. So the Matic that I buy on Binance US is also ERC20 Matic, right? I don't want that, right? Let's look at KuCoin, which is a foreign exchange. But lo and behold, if we go to KuCoin and we go to Matic, and let's pretend that we're going to, let's pretend that we want to withdraw our Matic from this exchange. Actually, I kind of remember how I was going to do this, but that's okay. We're fine. Notice here that when I choose select network, I can use Matic. All right, so Matic tokens that I purchase on KuCoin can be withdrawn to either network, right? Why would I want to use ERC20 when I can use the native Matic network and save fees, right? So, how am I going to do this, right? Now I'm going to show you this, but there's going to be some conversions here. I'm going to just do this quick. I have some stablecoin, but that stablecoin that I have is over on the Avalanche network. So let's switch. And let's just, I want to get this going here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's go to Avalanche. All right, let's go to traders. And I guess I'm not going to get to everything I wanted to do tonight. All right, I turned on dark mode over here so you can see it better. Let's go to trade. We got it connected to the right wallet. Everything's good. Notice I got some stablecoin on the sideline here. All right. So, but I can't send this to KuCoin. So I'm going to convert it to AVAX first. So let's use 200. That's going to give me 2.1 AVAX. Let's hit swap, confirm. Low fees, right? We haven't spent that much in fees to do that, right? Minimal. Much Much cheaper than if I had swapped Tether for Ethereum, right? Now I got my 2.1 AVAX. We'll stick with maybe 2. Well, 2.1. It should update my AVAX balance here shortly. There it is. We got 2.5, right? So now we're going to take that 2.5 AVAX, we'll drop it into our KuCoin account. So we got to go over here to Assets, Main Account, AVAX, right? We're going to do a deposit, and we're going to deposit that AVAX. Notice there that I also have choices here. It's not native AVX that I'm using right now. I need C-Chain because that's what's in my Metamask wallet, the C-Chain Avalanche. Let's copy this address into our clipboard. Let's go back over here. Let's go to, yeah, let's just go to the big view so you can see what I'm doing here. All right, we're over on C-Chain. We're going to send some AVX. We'll send, what do we say, 2.1 to my KuCoin address, Avalanche C, 2.1, right? Let's go ahead and hit next, confirm, and off it goes. All right, so while we're waiting for that to arrive, well, let's watch it in MetaMask. Okay, boom, done, sent. Let's hang out over here, wait for it to come in. While we're doing that, let me see what you guys are doing. I think I saw somebody drop me a tip. Thomas Falsey, thank you. Very good. I bow to you. That was very nice of you. Thank you. Life was much easier when I just bought and held 2 or 3 cryptos. Yes, Barbara, that's right. It was. Not to say that there's nothing wrong with that strategy either. If you just want to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and hold them in your wallet, I mean, you're probably better off than, 80% of the U.S. population, right? Who've never heard of crypto, never bought crypto, never held crypto. You're doing pretty good. Even year to date, even though Bitcoin just took a dive yesterday, year to date, it's still up. Year to date, Ethereum is still way up. Right, so we're all in good shape. Thank you, Thomas. Wasn't prepared for the complexity. I'm a carpenter. Oh, that's right. I couldn't build a birdhouse. My life depended on it, Mr. David. Or a house or a shed or anything, right? I could maybe drive a nail into a 2x4. That's about it. Let's see here. Crypto is the future, is now. Learning your future. We'll thank you later. Okay. I put together a notebook with loose leaf notebook paper. I have many, many, many notes. I keep trying. Thanks for the encouragement. Use index cards. Ooh, there. Assets. Just got it. All right. So we got our... Now, well, it looks like we lost a little bit, right? We lost like, I don't know. But you have to remember, too, the prices fluctuate or whatever. But and I did 2.1 instead of 2.18 or whatever it was, right? So it's a little less than the 200 that we started with, right? But I'm not going to worry too much about that, right? And so far, the only fee we incurred was trading in Trader Joe, which was negligible, right? So far, we haven't incurred any huge fees. Now we need to get this over to trade. So let's do this. We got to transfer the Avalanche into our trading account, wherever it is, from our main account. Where is it? Let's refresh here. All right, so let's transfer from the main account to our trading, the Avalanche. There it is. All right, let's click all of it. Let's move it into the trading account. Now, it's in the trading account, but now it's just 193, but that's okay. Let's not worry too much about, you know, dollar here, dollar there. We want Polygon, right? We want Matic, right? So let's take a look at Matic. And what are the trading pairs? Okay, so they've got US Tether and Bitcoin. Half a dozen one or the other. Let's just do Tether, right? So we need to get our Avalanche into Tether first. So let's do that. So AVAX for Tether, right? Let's go down here. Let's put in our trading password. Whoops. All right. So I want to do market, right? So this happens right away. Let's move my head out of the way here. We want to sell the AVX, all of it, for Tether. All right, that worked. All right, now we've got our Tether. Let's go back and get our Matic. For Tether, there it is, Matic Tether. All right, let's. We're still in market. Now we're buying Matic with 100% of our Tether. 188. I don't know. All right, so I don't know. We had 193 or whatever, so looked like maybe that was the trading fee, right? So we got like $5 trading fee. So how much have we got now? Let's look. Let's go ahead and transfer from the trading account back to the main account that fresh Matic that we just bought. All right, and then we'll see how much that's worth now. It says it's worth 189 if it's the Matic, right? $189 worth of Matic, right? So we spent a little on trading and whatever. I wish I could go to dark mode here. Whatever. I don't see it. All right, let's not worry about it. All right, so now let's get this Matic out of here into our wallet, right? And remember, we're going to withdraw it on the Matic network, right? So if we choose withdraw, and we agree to this, we want to withdraw to the Matic network. So we need a Matic address. So let's go back over to our wallet. We're going to switch back to the Polygon network. All right. And there's our address, right? It's like that same Ethereum virtual machine address. Let's go back to KuCoin. Let's paste in that address of our Matic wallet on the Matic network. Let's go ahead and let's just withdraw it all. Let's not draw this out. We'll hit confirm. I did this earlier. I know it works. All right, we got to go through all this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, you got to get your email code. All right, I'm just keeping an eye on my phone over here. Maybe it came in, I didn't see it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay. They just emailed me that code. Now I need to go to my Google Authenticator and get the Google Authenticator code for KuCoin. It's about to expire, so I'm going to let it expire. I still have 22 seconds. All right, I'm about to get my new code. 469122. All right, let's hit submit. Successful, right? Now let's go back over here and wait. Right. Okay, yeah, so Barbara is mentioning that she has a lot of ERC20 tokens, right? If you're already vested in ERC20 tokens, you could just hang on to them, wait for them to really, come to fruition. But worst case scenario, it's better to transfer them to a centralized exchange rather than trying to swap them in Uniswap or something like that. The problem comes into play when maybe you have an obscure ERC20 token that is not available on Coinbase. But let's say you're holding Chainlink and BAT or whatever, and you want to swap it, then you're better off just transferring it to Coinbase Pro and then trading it there. Or KuCoin like I just did. There, we got our Matic. It just came in, right? So we were able to, instead of buying my Matic on Coinbase Pro, and then having to withdraw it with high fees and then convert it with high fees, I was much better off buying it on KuCoin. You saw me, I had to fund KuCoin because it's a foreign exchange. I don't have a bank account attached to my KuCoin. So I had to fund KuCoin with a token. I used AVAX because it just happened to have some stablecoin in my AVAX wallet. I could have used Bitcoin because I have some Bitcoin, but the Bitcoin takes longer to get into KuCoin, right? Sometimes it takes a while, right? So I could have also used Solana. Solana goes into an exchange pretty quick with low fees. But either way, I funded the KuCoin account, I bought some Matic, and then I was able to just withdraw the Matic on the Matic network with very low fees, right? So I avoided the Ethereum fees by doing that. Well, that's it. I didn't get a chance to do the Z-Sync that Dan told me about earlier. And then he mentioned that there was a ZK Sync airdrop. There it is right there. But it requires, and it's really not asking you for much. I'll just give that to anybody who might be interested. ZK Sync is a layer 2 Ethereum solution. And I haven't really had a chance to play around with layer 2 Ethereum solutions. But basically what happens, and let's flip this back over to a wallet that doesn't have that much in it. I think it was this guy, BSC main. Let's go over to Ethereum. All right, I got a little bit of Ethereum in here. If we open the wallet and connect it to my Ethereum wallet on Metamask, right, I have to grant it access. BSC main, that's fine. Let's connect. Right, I can add funds to this layer, level 2 or layer 2, right? Right, in okay, so let's, if I select token to seize, oh, okay, you've got some Ethereum in your Ethereum wallet, in your level 1 Ethereum wallet, right? You've also got some Sushi Swap in your level 1, right? So you can take that and put it into your level 2 Ethereum wallet, which is kind of like a layer on top of the Ethereum sub layer, right? But on this layer 2, your fees are cheaper. So you can drop your, but I'm assuming that when you do this, you're going to have to transfer the Ethereum from layer 1 to layer 2. You're going to incur fees on layer 1 when you do that. Let's see what it does, right? So it's probably going to ask me to sign it in MetaMask, and there, it's going to cost me $48 to do that, right? To transfer $400 worth. I'm not going to do it. I don't have enough fees because I clicked max, right? It's another reason why we don't want to max out anything. But let's say, oh, okay, I want to just do 5, right? $200 worth. All right. All right, that's going to cost, that's still going to cost me $48 to do $200 worth. So yes, by the time I get it over there, the fees will be cheaper, but just getting it in there is going to cost me some Ethereum. All right. But this airdrop that Dan mentioned to me earlier, they just want me to go to the test net and play around on the test net, and then I'll be eligible for an airdrop down the road. So really, you got nothing to lose to do that, right? So if you guys want to like check out that airdrop, it might be worth your while. Or you might want to just check out this airdrop site in general, right? There's all kinds of ways to earn, airdrops. But, there's always a price you got to pay, and some of it is just going through the motions. It's kind of a hassle. And then other times they may want some information from you or whatever, or you might have to like actually put up some tokens, do some trades, put your tokens on the line a little bit. Although, some of them like Uniswap, I had used Uniswap and I was eligible for the Uniswap airdrop when it came about. So a lot of times, you got really nothing to lose by, just playing around with their wallets a little bit and then maybe being eligible for airdrops down the line, right? They got this Sologenic airdrop, right? So there's a pretty good site, right? Just check out. Yeah, if you're trying to get from layer 1 to layer 2, you still got to pay your Ethereum fees on the way out. It's like Ethereum kicks you in the butt on the way out. They're like, you want to move to a cheaper, you want to move to a cheaper layer? Go ahead. Go ahead. See if I care. I'm just going to take some of the fees as you go. That Ethereum, right? I don't know. Ethereum is still the big boy, but man, they got some hefty fees on there, don't you? And right, yeah, you're not going to get these airdrops immediately, right? That's another thing to be aware of with airdrops. I also heard that, Barbara, that Metamask was going to have some airdrops. I did. I would be interested in that, right? Because I use the heck out of Metamask. I'm sure I qualify for their airdrops. Oh, let's check. Let's see if they got it. I think it's still in the rumor phase, right? Let's see what happens here. Oh, check this out. Maybe I'll play around with this. When will I buy more Bitcoin? I buy Bitcoin on a pretty regular basis in the sense that I get paid in Bitcoin for some of the things that I do. Like my ledger commissions come in Bitcoin. My Trezor commissions come in Bitcoin. And when I make deals with people, like if they want me to like demo their platform, I will usually ask to be paid either in Bitcoin or in their token, right? Like, I know that a lot of these like new companies, they're like, oh, can you do a video? Sure, yeah. Pay me in your token because, their token might do well in the future. So I'm usually willing to get paid in some kind of crypto. But, I guess the answer to the question is I'm always buying Bitcoin when the opportunity arises. And I talked to Dan the other day. I bought more Bitcoin. I didn't buy it yesterday when I should have. I bought some when it was down at 53, which was off its highs of like 68, right? But I felt the urge to buy some Bitcoin because it was down. But if I'd have waited one more day, I could have got it dirt cheap. I could have got it at like 47 last night, or even 43 if I was like. But you gotta be. You can either set a limit on an exchange, or just be aware when the price is down to jump on and buy some when you have the chance. It's never a bad time to buy Bitcoin, right? I'll sell some of that Bitcoin that I buy kind of on the sly, but I've tried to make a pact with myself. It's kind of like I'm plan on quit smoking, right? I always say to myself, don't sell your Bitcoin, right? But I always end up doing it when I see an opportunity. If I have some like Bitcoin, I have some Bitcoin that's in a like a cold wallet that I never touch, but I also like have day-to-day Bitcoin, right? Like when I get paid from Ledger, like I get 200-300 bucks worth of Bitcoin, whatever. I might spend that Bitcoin, but I'm trying not to. Right? Don't spend Bitcoin. Don't spend Ethereum. Don't spend Solana. Don't sell your Avalanche. Don't sell your Sand. Right? There's several coins out there that I've just kind of made a pact with myself not to sell until they're like crazy high. Right? I could be wrong. I mean, I just try to do that. There's other coins that I have targeted for sale, right? There's certain like Band, BAND. I bought some Band. It's been over a year, and I'm just kind of done with it. But I'm waiting for it to I'm waiting for it to hit a target before I sell it. But it's like on the chopping block, just waiting, right? So there's coins that I have determined, predetermined. I'm going to sell this coin when it hits a such and such target. Now I might call an audible and sell it before it hits that target if it's a green day, but right. So there's coins I've told myself I don't want to sell, at least not now or in the near future. And then there's other coins that are on the chopping block just waiting for a target. I'm ready to sell. Right? And then there are other coins like I could sell them, I could hold them, it doesn't matter, and waiting for the right scenario, right? There were some coins that I sold the night the Omicron virus was announced, like late that night. The futures dropped. The U.S. futures dropped in Asia trading hours. I was like, this is going to be a bloodbath. So I sold off a bunch of my crypto that night. And I'm glad I did. Like I sold out of some cryptos and bought Bitcoin. And then like I also traded out to stablecoin some of my more speculative plays because I just knew that the next day was going to be horrible. And it took it a while, right? That was I don't know, Wednesday night or Tuesday night, I don't remember. But last night was where the cryptos caught up to the Omicron scare, if you want to put it that way. I think it was more of the Jay Powell scare than it was the Omicron, but it was a combination of both last night. The things just snowballed. And they're still there. We're not out of the woods yet, right? Bitcoin is still 49,350. 385 on crypto.com. And Ethereum is up at 41.45. That's pretty damn good. But we haven't completely recovered. What's the best laptop to use for crypto because Windows are no good? Well, any laptop can be, you can wipe your hard disk and install what is that? Debian. What is that? Debian Linux? Yeah, there's all kinds of flavors of Linux, but you can go on Debian and download a flash disk for Debian and just wipe any laptop and install it. It doesn't. You just want to have good. See, this is a disk image, right? I can just download a disk image, right? And then just wipe my hard disk and install Debian on my laptop. You just want to have good specs, right? Debian will run on an Apple or Intel chip, right? I tend to stick with Intel, but I think AMD is fine too. You can run Linux on an AMD chip as well. So just get a good machine with lots of memory and a decent sized hard drive. I always recommend a solid state drive these days. They're so much faster. They add so much in your performance to yours. Let's see. I like Asus. Asus has good laptops. let's see this one. Oh, creators is a good one. Can I get it in there? These are nice. It's Pro Art Studio book. I mean, you can, there's really, I mean, I get it. Windows sucks, right? But it's the dominant platform. And if you're going to use Linux, you're going to be bending over backwards to use all your other stuff. Like, you know, they have a web browser and everything. But for me, I can't like edit videos on the Linux platform, right? I need my good tools like Adobe. And Adobe is either Mac or PC. There is an Adobe version for Linux, but it kind of sucks, right? So for me, I just would rather use Windows, right? And yeah, it kind of sucks, but virus protection, firewall protection, you know, don't download crap on your computer and you should be fine. Another good MSI. I bought an MSI laptop, which is very nice. What is this thing? Boop-a-doop-a-doo. I don't know what it is. I thought it was. I don't know what all these are. Oh, content. Here you go. Content creation. Creator series, right? These are nice, right? Of course, I don't know if you're on a budget, maybe stick with the Dell or, you know, go to Best Buy and see if they have any open box. If all you're doing is crypto, just go to Best Buy, ask them if they have any open box laptops and get yourself a Dell or an HP or whatever, some just junk, you know, for 300, 400 bucks. If all you're doing is like managing your crypto. But, you know, I like to have all the bells and whistles myself. Oh yeah, and yeah, within the last few years, hardware technology is like way ahead. It's like I was talking about that article earlier about leapfrogging, and how technology improves so fast compared to, you know, how social as we evolve. Wasn't that what they always said on Star Trek? Your technology has, you know, surpassed your ability to be peaceful. You know, they're always like, too much technology, not enough wisdom. But hardware is cheap and like easy to make, right? I know there's been like chip shortages and stuff lately, but in general, like the hardware technology is like way ahead of itself, right? So you can buy a laptop, it'll be good for the next 2 or 3 years at least, maybe longer, right? Because technology is, you know, so good right now and hardware is cheap. We just have to learn to live together in peace and harmony, right? Isn't that what Kirk would always say at the end? Why can't you people learn to live in peace and harmony? What coins are my favorite? Look at the top 10s, right? Let's look at, whoa, so where we go. I like Bitcoin, right? I like Ethereum. I like Binance Coin. I like Solana. I'm a little ambiguous about Cardano. Not crazy about XRP. I like Polkadot. I like Terra. I don't like Dogecoin. I'm not into meme coins. I like Avalanche. I don't like Shiba. I love Crypto.com coin. I like Polygon. I'm not that crazy about wrapped Bitcoin. It's kind of centralized. Litecoin, I'll take it or leave it. I like Algorand, Chainlink. I've been holding Chainlink, waiting for it to moon for like a year now. I'm waiting. It mooned in 2020, but I missed the boat on that, some of it. Bitcoin Cash, not into that. DAI, a little too expensive for my taste because of the fees. Cosmos is good. There's another good one. Axie Infinity, pay to earn, good stuff. Uniswap, good stuff. Stellar, I can take it or leave it. Anything below that, do your own research, right? Elrond is doing good lately. Tron, I'm not a big fan of Tron. Internet Computers of Turkey, I wish I had never bought it. Sand, ooh, good stuff. baby. Decentralized mana. Okay, so what do we have? We've got Axie Infinity, gaming sector. Sandbox, gaming sector. Decentral Mana, gaming sector. Hot stuff, guys. And also Engine Coin, I'm not sure where it is, but that's NFT sector, good stuff. I don't see it. Got to be around here somewhere. There it is, Engine Coin, good stuff. NFT sector, PancakeSwap, Binance Smart Chain, not doing so great lately. All right, so you guys have a good night. Sold your link, yay! I agree about getting a crappy computer just for crypto. Have an old computer for the air gap cold storage Electrum. Yeah, I did a video on that a long time ago. It was a lot of trouble to go through for hardware, you know, air gap hardware. So many steps. You got to sign the transaction, export it, take it to the Watch wallet, all that stuff. Better just to have a ledger device. More convenient. Anyway, guys, have a good night. Thanks for joining me. I went a little over tonight. My wife's probably wondering where I am. Don't forget, we do this every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be going on vacation late December, but I will bring my laptop, so we'll see how things go. May not have access to as much stuff on my laptop, but I'll still be here for you guys. Anyway, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me.